Consistency over a long distance is vital in Formula 1, so being able to manage tyres and reduce tyre wear is a useful skill. The tyre management programme available in free practice sessions will help you learn tyre management while earning resource points for development of your car. Be careful on the controls to reduce the amount of tyre slip and therefore wear. The better you can do this, the higher you will score and the more resource points you'll receive. You'll need to balance tyre management with speed, as you must stay under the target lap time. When the on-screen bar moves towards the red end, that means that you're wearing your tyres more than expected at this part of the lap. When it moves towards the purple, you're wearing them less. Stay in the green or purple for a successful test. There's a huge amount of time to be won and lost in the pits, but ensure that you don't get too greedy as you approach the pit lane speed limit line. On the approach, you'll see a notification of the pit lane speed limit and your distance to the limit line. If you cross this threshold too fast, you'll be given a speeding penalty, so be careful. There are valuable tenths to be won by getting it right though, so leave your braking as late as you dare. At the pit exit, it's important not to cross onto the racetrack before reaching the end of the white pit exit line. Tyre selection is a critical issue in Formula 1, and the current tyre regulations give individual drivers more freedom than ever. Pirelli allow 13 sets of dry tyres and 7 sets of wets for a full race weekend, so you need to be careful to make your allocation last the distance. During the race, drivers must use at least 2 of the 3 available compounds. If wet tyres are required for a session, these tyre selection rules do not apply. The drag reduction system, or DRS, opens a flap on the rear wing to reduce drag and improve the straight line speed of the car. Drivers are able to use this system in specific DRS zones as long as the circuit is dry. There are no additional restrictions to DRS use in practice and qualifying. However, in a race, the system can only be used when the driver is 1 second or less behind another. Watch the bar at the bottom of your multifunction display as you approach the DRS zone to see your distance to the activation point, and activate it by pressing the DRS button when the prompt appears. The multifunction display is a vital tool to give drivers control over their cars and make important information visible during a race. It's possible to cycle through the screens on the MFD to access the settings, such as brake bias or the tyres to be fitted at the next pit stop, as well as car condition, component temperatures and race strategy information. When speaking to your engineer through the radio, the MFD is also the place where you'll be able to view and select your available commands. Over the course of the Formula 1 season, each driver is limited in the number of power unit and gearbox components that they may use. Exceeding these limitations will result in grid penalties. Your available power unit components can be managed on the vehicle management screen. This is also where you can manage your gearbox, which must complete a designated number of consecutive race weekends. However, an additional gearbox is available exclusively for use in free practice 1 and 2. Keeping up with the development race is vital for continued success in Formula 1, but resources are limited, so choose carefully where you allocate them. Throughout your career, you will earn resource points, and there are 4 departments of car development in which you can spend them: powertrain, chassis, aerodynamics, and durability. At any one time, each of these can be tasked with researching a new part. Higher levels of upgrade will cost more and take longer to complete, but the performance gains will be significant. You can upgrade your facilities, which will allow you to develop more parts simultaneously, develop upgrades faster, and have fewer failures. Your engine supplier will also give you updates throughout the season in addition to your own. Department morale is also an important factor, so be careful what you say to the press. You'll need to find the right balance to suit your needs and maximise performance throughout the season. Modern F1 cars rely on more than just internal combustion to reach their maximum power output. The V6 turbocharged hybrid engines generate an extra 160 brake horsepower via the ERS, Energy Recovery System. The power for this electric motor is recovered from energy that otherwise would have been wasted. The MGUK recovers energy from braking and the MGUH from the turbo. The ERS system has a number of modes that can be changed on the fly for either more harvest or deployment, depending on if you need to charge the battery or gain more performance. Each lap you can only harvest and deploy a limited amount of energy. This remaining value is visible on the MFD. This system will also degrade with use. As your energy store wears, the battery capacity will decrease. Additionally, as the MGUK wears, the rate you can harvest energy is slowed.